We're spending 4 days in Boracay in the Philippines. We're vlogging for the first time and really excited about a getaway on this famous beach resort.
I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Everything I want.
Getting to Boracay takes a little bit of planning because Caticlan Airport is on nearby Panay Island.
We're on our way to Boracay. We've just landed on an AirAsia flight about an hour from Manila. And we can see islands and palm trees.
I don't gotta care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds.
One option is to organise each leg yourself, including transport to the port and the port fee and environmental fee and the boat trip. It's a little cheaper than what we did. Southwest Tours at the airport looked after the lot. They provided all the transfers and your ticket includes the fees. They arranged the boat and transport to the hotel on the island.
We've done the bus trip, which was pretty easy from the airport with the kind of tourist deal we got. And now we've got the boat trip out to the island itself.
We wanted to stay near the beach and not break the budget. We found Casitas de Boracay, which is right on the beach. The complex is small, up a short sandy laneway. One night we thought we heard a concert or a band and realised it was construction right next to the hotel. There was some noise, but it didn't keep us awake. How is this for the win? This was our walk right into those blue waters off White Beach. After Jeff rescued a hermit crab.
I'm the cameraman. Jeff's swimming and I very cautiously have our expensive DJ Osmo out in the water. Who says I'm not taking risks in the holidays? I also wanted to give you a sense of what the coastline was look like when you're out here bobbing in this kind of aqua blue. Well, it's clear. The clarity of the water is amazing and this is the view. It feels a little bit like everything comes alive again in the evening because only now you've got a slight breeze and the temperatures come down. We're walking through the mall, which is a collection of cute little bars and restaurants and souvenir shops because we walk out onto the beach here and everybody's setting themselves up for a Boracay sunset. It's pretty special. Everybody's gathered on the beach. There are a lot of people. The tide's gone out and all of the sailing boats are heading out so that they can catch this famous Boracay sunset. The palm trees and the little shop fronts here are all being slowly painted in a gold sheen. It's really spectacular. We're enjoying it with a lot of people.
Lots of people.
Lots of people have come down. I was saying to Jeff, you know, you hate the traffic, but you're the traffic. We're among the thousands of people here seeing this sunset, but let's try and give you a sense of how many people have come down here. Jeff and I are going to try and explore a little more of the island today. We've been strolling along the beachfront here, but we're going to see what else is in the island and maybe check out a couple of the other beaches here at Boracay. One thing we did find yesterday when we've come back is a cafe called Season Coffee. It's got great coffee, great variety of coffee and some light meals, and it has a view I'm going to show you. Sorry, not a lot of evidence of the coffee we had. Coconut lattes, really good. A little sweet.
I think coconut milk is naturally sweet.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, on holidays, sweet is good. We've been chilling here, just contemplating the world on what is another stifling hot day. We've got a plan now, which is getting off this beach, heading into town just to see what the kind of 1 kilometre walk across to the other side of the island looks like. And then the plan is to come back into a station here with tricycles, like little three-wheel taxis, and go up to the north of the island and see yet another beach. You might be able to hear Jeff because he's putting the same thing down on tape. But we've just strolled in from White Beach and we were making our way across the island to see the other side, and we just picked this random lane. Now last night it stormed, the rain was torrential for a good 2 or 3 hours. Anyway, it looks like this is the result and we're going to have to backtrack. Once we get to the other side of the shopping mall, called D Mall at the northern end of White Beach, we're pretty much halfway. There's a lake, I don't know, slash fountain slash lake.
I think it's a lake.
We think it's a lake. And that means we're halfway. It's less than 1 kilometre across to the other side. But, and I know we've been talking about it for the whole video, it is so hot. So if there is clear blue water on the other side, we are jumping in it.
Head down Road 1A. The main beach on the east is called Bulabog Beach, and it doesn't get much of a run on YouTube or in the guides. We loved it. Yes, it's a little windier, but the vibe was just so chill. There are no hawkers or peddlers. We found a really cool place to eat over this side, Levantin Cafe, which has that bamboo styling and leaf thatch roof, which makes it feel so tropical. We sat for a while in the cool breeze and highly recommend. A quick recommendation on the walk back to town over at White Beach. There's a shady little spot called the Blue Lagoon Cafe and Bar. Drop in there. They'll cut you a fresh coconut for about 150 pesos and you're in business. It's a little bit of shade before the hot walk back.
Oh, I think I'm just recording.
You've just recorded it.
And we're going to head north now. We're curious about Puka Beach, the most northern facing of the island's beaches. We're just curious what sunset would be like on Puka Beach. Will it be too north facing? Will there be more crowds? Will there be less crowds? So we're going to head north because it's going to be too far for us to walk this time.
Oh.
Way too far. How was your swim today?
It was so good. I went for a swim for like 2.5 hours. Yeah. I wish I could go for another hour, but John pulled me out of the water.
Jeff got a set of snorkels today, so every time I was looking out for him, I couldn't see Jeff. I could only see this little kind of bobbing orange hose. So we're both out of the water and about to catch one of these trucks up to Puka Beach. You quickly get a sense, I was just saying to Jeff, that there's a lot more to Boracay when you leave White Beach, powering towards Puka Beach, although we've stopped. A little bit of local traffic. Okay, this is pretty cool. Puka Beach has whoa, I don't want to get hit by a volleyball. We've just rocked up and there's a bunch of locals playing this pretty mean game of volleyball. Jeff is a very exceptional volleyball player, so I'm trying to get him to play with them, but that's not his thing. I was worried that this end of the beach wouldn't get the sunset, but it looks like it's going to be spectacular. And there's just a very different feel about this. This feels like a locals beach. So, yeah, it's kind of special. I know we've talked a lot about the sunset in Asia that is Boracay.
Boracay, yeah.
Can you fit, Jeff? This feels more like what we were hoping for. It's just a little bit slower. It seems like most of the people who have come down here are local. The sunset view is going to be spectacular. So it's just different. White Beach was great. It had a vibe. There are bars and restaurants, and there were a lot of people. But this is kind of what I was hoping for. Something that felt a little bit more authentic, a little bit slower. The setting of the sun is always moving to me. It just marks the end of a moment in time in our lives. And I like that we're going to get to do it here at Puka Beach.
From Puka, we headed for Station 3, which has a cool string of restaurants. Jeff was keen to try Kolai Mangan, a beachside place with traditional Filipino dishes. The food was great and cheap. I had a local favourite, sisig and egg. The next day, we came back to Station 3 to try Sunnyside Cafe. All the YouTubers are here because of this view. Jeff had the adobo bowl for brekkie.
Isn't it always the way when you holiday in a really beautiful place? It just feels like the time slips between your fingers. We've been here 4 full days, which we thought was pretty generous, but it's going to be sad to go. Boracay is one of the most visited islands in the Philippines and probably has a reputation for being the most luxe. It's a bougie destination, and certainly elements of it are. But we managed to stay in some really nice digs, cabins just off the beach for about 100 Australian dollars a night. So if you do your research and you go looking, you'll be able to do this without necessarily breaking the budget. White Beach, where I'm walking now, is incredibly busy, and that's an observation. It's not a criticism. I'm among the people walking and enjoying these spectacular views. But it is a long and wide beach, so if you go and dip into that blue water, there's plenty of space. I would love to come back to Boracay and spend more time understanding the people and a little bit more of the rest of the island. Although it was good that we ventured out, went over to the other side of the island, and then we went north to Puka Beach to see the sunset, which was a really special thing to do because it was far less crowded and it certainly seemed more authentic. We came across this cool group of locals playing volleyball, which was really nice. It was a nice trip. It's relaxing. It's easy to do. There's a nice mix of kind of contemporary Western options in food and accommodation if that's what you want, and there's no reason why you wouldn't. But there's also a real local flavour to this place. And I don't know whether or not being here in May, the hottest month in Philippines weather, means there are more locals here, but it certainly seems balanced. The economy is driven by tourism, there's no denying that, but I get the impression that there are a lot of local families that are holidaying here because technically, under this blazing sun, at this time of year, we're not in peak season. I imagine in peak season this place is, I was going to say unbearable, but that's not fair. That's not fair. I imagine it's more popular than it is now. We've had a really amazing trip and look forward to coming back to Boracay in the Philippines.
Sunshine.